everybody. There we go. Got the microphone up. Okay, so back again live with John DePalma here at the Desert Classic. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you. Thanks for asking me.
Okay, now you probably recognize John's face, but you definitely recognize his voice because he is the voice of Ballroom. So every time you go to a huge comp, or actually, how many comps do you do a year?
I think I do about 32, actually. I never really counted it.
That's a whole lot. Okay, so I guess big or small comp, you will hear John DePalma on the microphone announcing everybody. Oh, we're getting so many hearts. Thank you so much for joining us. Keep sending us those hearts. They like you, John.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you. I like you too.
Okay, so I have some great questions for you.
Okay.
The first one I have for you is, before I forget, you also are the organizer of the Capital Danceport and Galaxy Dance Festival also.
That's right. My wife and I, Marianne Nicole, we organize Capital Danceport Championships, and the Galaxy Dance Festival we co-organize with Sam Sedano and Linda Dean.
Oh, that's a good group of people right there.
Yeah, it's really a lot of fun.
Okay, awesome. So at the end, tell me those dates, okay?
Sure.
Okay, so here's my biggest question, which I always ask my husband. How does he do it? How do you pronounce all those names? There's so many different nationalities here in Danceport. How do you do it?
Well, I can't say that I have any kind of preparation. Sometimes people ask, well, do you read the program or whatever? But I really don't. It's just, I think it's just been a lot of years, and so because it's been that long of a time, it's just kind of experience, I guess. I actually had a tongue twister last week, and it was D nocitra fastidious. So it was really, really long. But it was in New York at the Manhattan Championships, and that really reads like the roll call at the United Nations.
Oh, yeah,
it's really quite amazing. So.
Okay, awesome. Well, you're excellent at that.
Well, thank you.
You're an excellent linguist, I guess. Okay, so I have a couple other questions. You kind of have a really unique perspective because you're watching the competition, but you're not judging it from that perspective. Like, you don't have your judging glasses on. What do you see when you watch competitors? Like, I always ask the judges, what do they want to see? But what do you see, like faux pas or good stuff or bad stuff? Is there anything that you see that competitors do that the judges are going to like or not like?
Well, that's a really interesting question, because from my perch, I have a great view, and sometimes I will judge, from the podium just for my own entertainment, and the results come out totally different than the way I would have seen it. My wife, Marianne Nicole, is a judge, so sometimes I'll say to her, were we at the same competition? It's just amazing to me that, that the results came out one way. I really thought they were going to come out another one. And what I did come to realize is that the perspective is really very different when you are judging and you're right at the edge of the dance floor and you're watching everything going on. It's really very different than from where I am, just a few feet back, but raised on a podium. And then if you then take it into the audience and then you go all the way into the back row, it is a whole different experience than when you are standing right there on the edge of the floor. So kudos to the judges. Truly.
Well, with that in mind, maybe they should have all the judges elevated. What do you think about that?
Well, years ago they used to. Yeah. Many years ago, probably before you were born, many years ago, we had, when you would go to a competition, the judges all sat up on the dais. That's why we had these monster daises all the time. That was when I was competing. And the judges sat up, elevated, and judged you accordingly. So it's only been in, I would say, maybe the last 20 years or so that the judges have taken the position of being around the dance floor. Yeah.
Very interesting. Okay. I wonder how things would change if they were elevated. It would make a lot of difference because then you see everyone at once, really.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
you do. Cool. It's but I think that when you're seeing it from a far distance or an elevated distance, it's very, very different than when you're standing on the floor, because that's where you really get to see the execution of technique and partnership and all of that. So you have a clearer view of everything, even though it feels like everybody's right in front of you.
Right.
But remember, the judges always have the ability to move.
That's true.
So,
I like it when they do move around.
That's right.
Okay, so one more thing I want to ask you. Now, I didn't know how long you've been dancing, but now I know it's been quite a while. I know it's been a while, but
I started in 1975.
1975, and so you were a competitor first.
I was actually, in those days, you were hired to be a teacher. And that's what I was. I was trained to be a professional dance teacher. And in the beginning, when you first start, you handle just brand new people. And then as you are taking your exams and improving your knowledge, then you start teaching more advanced students. And if you were really going to pursue your dancing as a professional, then you really did that as your avocation. So it's a little bit different than how it is today, where people come into our industry dancing already and dancing from a very young age. So when they come in, now it's a new learning experience for them to learn to become teachers,
for sure.
Because now they have to take their knowledge and really understand not what they're doing, but how they do what they do and how to execute it and take that and put it into a student's head so that they understand how to do it too.
That's why teaching is so very difficult.
Big challenge, yes it is.
Okay, so one more time, let's just recap here. Your competitions, when are they coming up? Now here, we're at the beautiful Desert Classic right now. Which of your competitions is coming next?
Capital Dance Sport is coming up first in the lineup, and that will be at the Alexandria Hilton at Mark Center, and the dates of that are August 26th through the 29th.
Oh, so the summer comp, like right around the corner.
Yes, just our deadline is July 30th for entries.
Get those entries in, please.
Please get those entries in, and come to Washington, because it's really a cool place to be. And we're just 5 minutes over the Potomac River in Alexandria, Virginia. You can take the metro and shoot right into Washington, and there's all the fabulous monuments and museums, and it's really a spectacular place.
That sounds like a good educational trip for all the young competitors out there. They can dance during the day and then go learn some U.S. history.
That's right. And for those of you that are positioned on the West Coast, or if you're in the East and you want to come west, we have the Galaxy Dance Festival, and that is held at the beautiful Arizona Biltmore Hotel in Scottsdale, Arizona. It is a very spectacular and historic property. Just as a little sideline, this is the hotel where they actually wrote White Christmas, the story.
There's no way they wrote
song.
White Christmas in
They
Arizona.
did. They really, truly did. And two of the biggest celebrities that used to go there all the time were Clark Gable and Marilyn Monroe. And Clark Gable had one room in particular where we have breakfast that they used to do private screenings in for all the Hollywood movies. So there's a lot of very interesting history. It's a Frank Lloyd Wright inspired property, and it's quite beautiful. It really, really is. And that event this year is September the 17th through the 19th.
Okay, so right after Capitol. You're busy.
It's actually the week after USDC.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, well you've got a busy summer. I hope you're going to take a vacation at the end of it. Thank you so much, John, for joining us today.
Thank you, Melissa.
Thanks for watching, everyone. This is Melissa from DanceSportPlace.com, where competitors come first at the Desert Classic. Jump back on Periscope again so you can talk to us live. See you soon.